Starting out right where we left off, I'm tenderizing some chicken cutlets over at Lumbridge Farm. Don't worry, if you aren't sold on this series yet, this episode is going to be clucking amazing. God, I'm such an idiot. I just went on a riff about chicken jokes for the past 5 minutes. Don't know how much of that I'll put in the video, but the reason I'm here is to get a few offensive levels because I was trying to do Vampire Slayer and I realized I was getting absolutely obliterated by the nerd down in Draenor Manor. So, a little bit of training. I'm absolutely flying through levels here, and if I equip my steel plate body from Horvik, that should be an easy task. There's 10 defense and the black plate body for another one. Out of nowhere, 3 kills in 6 seconds got me a medium task. I mean, come on. This is next level gameplay. Who would want to watch something like raids when you can watch chickens? I gotta be honest with you. Many chickens were harmed in making this video, but I made sure to lay their bones to rest. And because of that, I'm able to flex on them and show off my big brain prayers for 10 points. I'll have you know, by this point you've probably watched at least a minute of chicken-based content, and you're an absolute legend for that. Also, there's another easy task for restoring some prayer points. Welcome to the budget version of Then We Fight. Hopefully my time spent in the hyperbolic chicken chamber pays off. Oh god, I'm out of food. I'm chancing it. Come on, 3. Hit a 3. Hit a 3. God damn it. Alright, that fight is trash. His HP bar is such a lie. When I hit 3s in the beginning, it was going down so much faster than at the end. Could have sworn I was almost there. Well, we'll run it back with some better food. Clearly the difference maker is just drinking very heavily during the fight, because I'm about to own him, and that's the quest complete. Oh my god, 40,000 XP. There's an easy task. Straight to 40 attack. What else do I get? Combat level 25, 29 defense, and that's it. Now we can go ahead and equip our mithril sword for an easy task, and our adamant weapon for another medium task. Finally making our way over to the new region and jumping off the building here for another 40 points. After stealing all their money, I'm now bullying the guards even more by killing one for an easy task. Bought some helmets in Barbarian Village, and I'm doing a little bit of defense training, and now I can equip Mithril, and I thought that would be a task, but maybe it's for the full set. Knocking out some more chill tasks by making some arrow shafts, and there's 1,000 for 10 points. 25 oak stalks for another 10. Absolutely roasted Aggie for another 10 points. Made a ball of wool, and just like that, I'm at my next relic. So I've thought about this a lot, and I feel like fire sale is the best option for most routes. However, I feel like what I plan to do, there's not going to be many shops that I actually want to purchase from. Any cash that I do need should be sorted like fairly early into the game. So the utility of Banker's Note and being able to kind of play around with a much larger inventory anywhere I go, maybe I'll end up regretting it, but I'll select it now. Well, maybe not right now. Now that I'm at a bank, I'll select it now, and what I was going to say is I feel like it'll be a lot of fun. We also all get Last Recall, which I think is just a slower version of Banker's Note that can't be used in instances. So don't worry, there's still some utility for Banker's Note. You'll see. I heard this was absolutely bananas day 1, but there's Sheep Shearer completed. I was able to nab all those with no competition. Okay guys, these were ethically obtained cowhides. I didn't do them dirty like I did the chickens. I mean, come on. My name's Jay Moosin. I would never. I went into the cow field and just happened to find some hides lying on top of bones. It all worked out. But anyway, just getting a few crafting levels here, and there's a leather body for an easy task. Hey, a couple freebies coming in. You have auto-completed the Fairy Tale questline, so you can just use the Draymond staff given to you to go to Xenaris for 2 easy tasks of using a fairy ring and entering Xenaris. Oh god, I went over to do some temple trekking, and I did not know you could get the stick things to poke the bog beforehand, so I did it the old-fashioned way and just dived into the bog a bunch of times until I found the right path, and it took me an ungodly amount of time. Finally made it to the end, and I think that's the only event which I didn't just have to evade. And once we make it to the end, I should get a little reward token, an easy task. And if I use the reward token, I can get Essence, which is one of the best early ways for me to do some early rune crafting. I don't think the XP tome is worth it, so we're going to do the essence and I'll run it back on the medium and hard versions to collect a little bit more. A little bit of a side quest here, but I went and killed a snail and needed to grab a chisel, so I just went to the general store, and that is craft a snail. And I think lore has it that if you equip this, you become the death snail, where people who take tens of millions of dollars in exchange for being hunted down to the ends of the earth fear you. You know how miserable it would be to watch me play a sandbox game? I literally never do what I set out to. So before I make it back to temple trekking, I have a few easy tasks I'm gonna knock out. I got this sweet body talisman earlier, I think from the guard drop, and locating the body altar is an easy task. And if I run over here to the Slayer Master, I think I can grab a Slayer gem to check my task and a spiny helmet to equip for another 2 easy ones. Oh yeah, we're not gonna leave you hanging. There's the check a Slayer task pop up, and if I equip the spiny helmet, I should get the other one in a few seconds. There we go. This is a bit sad to admit, but I was trying to do the medium and hard temple treks and kept running into combat tasks that I just could not skip. And unlike the then we fight I had earlier with the vampire, I did not stand a chance. So here we are reliving our glory days, picking flax. Oh god, I can remember like way back in the day when everybody was in Sears Village flax fields, picking this for like 60k an hour to make their 1 mil for a whip. The nostalgia's got me good. All you non-Banker's Note nerds are about to be so jealous. Watch this, watch it, watch it. 32 flax picked up and noted. I'm gonna see if I can take this box trap to maybe get Chinchampas, because I don't know if there's any way I can actually get box traps. That was a little bit tragic as well. I tried picking it up and it kept telling me I was an Iron Woman, so I couldn't. But anyway, I found my way over to this tower, and if you remember in episode 1, I grabbed a task to get spiders, and I think this is the meta. I can do these like one hit all of them. They only have 2 HP, and there's enough spawns that I think I can just keep going up and down this ladder and clearing them to quickly get a task complete. That took only a couple minutes, but there's 10 points coming in for completing a single Slayer task. This whole island's kind of cool. I actually have never been on it before. I think it was a new addition not that long ago with Soul Wars, but yeah. Lots of good resources that I don't think I'm gonna have access to until some of my later regions. And now that we've completed that first task, I can nab a second one. It's just a few goblins. From Majna? I can't pronounce that, for another 10 points. Back in Lumbridge, I'm making some bowstrings. I think there's several tasks for making different tiers of bows or equipping them, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the ones that I can. There's the oak shortbow for an easy task. And now I'm over at Willow's, cutting and burning 100 logs. There's the 100th willow cut for 40 points, and I think if I burn these, it's still always gets me that it's 9 at a time. I burn the rest of the inventory here. There's 48 fire making and the task for burning 100 willow logs coming in. Hey, I was working on the fleshing levels for the next tier of bow and got 500 total levels for another easy task. 35 fletching coming in. I can now make that willow shortbow, and I've realized that with Banker's Note, I kind of just hoard everything in my inventory and it's kind of cluttered. It doesn't look too bad right now, but it has been and probably will be in the future. But anyway, that's a medium task for making the bow. Ooh, always nice when you don't expect it. I got a bird nest on the ground, and that's another 10 simple points. I think maybe I can do this for a task. It seems pretty easy. I just have to go over to the Varrock East mine. I'll hold on to it and do it when I'm done. What the heck is this? Some piles of poop just spawned on the ground, and it leaves sapling. I guess I'll just use it on here. I've absolutely no idea what I'm doing. It contains green leaves and green leaves. I don't know how I do this. What do I do? Oh, get the droppings. Yeah, see, there literally is shit on the ground. Oh, okay, now I can heal it. I guess I need to make it multiple ingredients. No. To make it with 3 ingredients? Okay, we'll do it again. We'll try that. Well, I got to do this all of 2 times, but oh boy, what am I doing? Oh, I got a wood cutting level and a medium task. Somebody help me. What do you mean complete the struggling sapling event? I'm the one who's struggling. Don't worry, I looked it up. So apparently that's one of many events within forestry. Didn't know that existed within the game. But I just finished up my fletching goal, made the willow shield, and I don't think it's a task until I fully make the shield, but I'll keep it on me until I get that dragon hide. For once, as promised, I'm actually doing what I said and doing that easy clue. Please no Charlie. Oh, come on. Well, let's hope it's a pretty easy one. They're beginner clues, right? All right, Charlie. Anything but the herring clue, please. And fuck. So the reason I didn't want that is, one, the fishing level, the shrimp was so slow. And then two, I don't know where I can actually get a fishing rod and fishing bait. Also, it's just the worst one, I feel like, of all the things that he can give you. Who knows? It's been a while since I've done them. But anyway, I'm going to run over and take out all my rage on a dark wizard. And I feel a little bit better because I finally got my revenge and earned a little 10 points. Decided from there to do some mining, and you see what I mean with my inventory being a little hectic. Got all kinds of things in here that are just absolutely useless for what I'm trying to do, but I think if I get a few iron ore, that should be a task. Ooh, before I even got all the ore, I nabbed a geode for 40 points. That's always fun to get the random ones. Just a few seconds later, I think this is the last iron ore, and there's 50 and 35 mining and 40 points. Now that we've collected a fair amount of ore, I converted it into bars, and I think if I smith a few different things, there should be some tasks. The first one being this bronze full helm for 10 points. Coming in with a plate skirt for another 10. Let's finish off the rest of the bronze bars, and then I'll move on to the iron. I don't have rings of forging, and I don't have high enough magic to superheat them for 100% chance, but it's not that hard to get in the first place, so I figured I'd just 50-50 it. And this will determine the RNG for the rest of the season. If I get more than 25, it's looking good. If I get less, we might just have to quit. But hey, at least we got that final fix of dopamine from smelting an iron bar. We did good. Way more than 25 bars, just wrapping up the final two here. And to rub it in your face one more time, I'm going to note these bad boys to show you that we got 33 out of 50 done when it's a 50-50 chance. I mean, RNG gods bless us. YouTuber luck. It's confirmed. To wrap up this unbearably long smithing grind, I made 150 iron arrow tips for the final easy task. Ooh, this is kind of interesting. So if I swap left click, I can sell one at a time. And since the stock instantly refreshes, I'm always selling for the maximum amount, or checking the value over and over again. But I'll just switch it here and do the same thing. And I think this actually applies to a lot of different areas later on. Like buying a Fury or buying obsidian equipment should be a lot cheaper. All the fire sailors are laughing at me right now. Okay, let's ignore my little rant from earlier about the herring. I found out that you can go over to the shop here in Karamja and buy a rod and infinite bait and feathers, so I'm gonna be doing that. By this point in the video, I know, it's been far too long since that end game content with killing chickens, so I figured I'd go back over to Lumbridge for the Goblin Slayer task, and on my way, I was fletching some arrows and finished the 150 iron arrows for an easy task. Oh, this is gonna wrap up perfectly. There's the final goblin and 20 ranged, and now I can equip the studded body and chaps. There we go, another easy task. Alright, little demon man, these tasks are just way too easy for me. Goblin, pfft, chump change. Let's up the difficulty a little bit. I take it back, I need food. These things are wrecking me. He gave me some banshees and I thought it'd be super easy low level, and here I am having to run. Just like with the count, I brought a whole wine cellar with me and now I should be set. I will never get over this. There's another random task for cleaning a grimy guam. 10 points. Taking a break from that, I got a sapphire as a drop from the rare drop table, and I think if I cut it, there should be another easy task. Oh, beautiful. Some thought I'd never do it. I thought I'd never do it, but I'm back to fishing, caught a few shrimp, and now I should be able to catch a herring and... ooh, an easy task, but that's not the one I was aiming for. Use that sucker on a tree, and there's a easy task. What a meme. Whew, I'm out here grinding. Oh, there's the anchovy and another 10 points.
And on my way back, I visited somebody who I'm very fond with in this game as a noob, Death, for another 10 points. And absolutely ages later, there's 30 defense, and I can now equip that Willow Shield for 10 points. I'm struggling a bit for food that doesn't decrease my attack and get me drunk, so I'm here on Karamja and I caught a salmon for 40 points. Sticking it out just a little bit longer, caught 50 salmon for another 40 points. And here's the end of the task coming in. Not too much of note unless I get lucky on this last kill. And, well, Pure Essence is actually really good, so we'll take that. I'm getting pretty close to the next relic, so I figured I'd rush it with some easy tasks. So I'm gonna kill this lesser demon, although at this rate it is looking pretty gruelingly slow, so I'll let you know when I'm done. I'm not even kidding. I think I timed this. This took me 6 minutes to complete. Imagine day one waiting for my sorry ass taking 6 minutes to kill this lesser demon. Well, at least I get 2 tasks, 1 medium, 1 easy for 50 points. Oh, that YouTuber Luck came downstairs to kill some mages, just killed like 5 or 6 of them, and I got both the robe and the hat, no duplicates, and that's 40 points. I got this beautiful chef's hat from the Goblin task, and after cooking all those trout and salmon from Karamja, I can enter the Cook's Guild for another 40 points. Made my way over to Soul Wars, heard this is absolutely nuts for XP, figured I'd probably just train on some of the ghosts and stuff, but people are essentially one-shotting, and I'm getting one hit by all the Giga Chads that have been playing the whole time without me. And yeah, I think I just need to win a game, which should be easy with me on the team. See, what I say, first try, there's 40 points, and I got 12 zeal for that game. Doesn't feel like a ton, but let me go check out the reward shop. I might not spend anything and just wait until I get higher XP brackets. There's not really anything I need too bad right now. What I did do was get high enough range to equip a maple shortbow, so bought one at the store in Varrock, and that's another 10 points. Realized I was just at the edge of 57 woodcutting, so here I am building a Waka canoe, and that should be another 40 points. And enough to get the 4th relic, which is the massive combat upgrade, and I think I know what I'm gonna get. No, it is not mage. No, it is not range. We are going for Brawler's Resolve, and that is because I want to achieve the highest max hits, and this is definitely the relic to do it. It is absolutely bonkers. I mean, just crazy. The reason for that is the 10% chance to deal a critical strike on successful melee hit, dealing double damage. So essentially, 1 in 10 times you are dealing double your max hit, and there are some insane relics that just compound on one another with some other effects that are already in game. I think it's going to be the most fun for me, but not only that, this relic comes with some amazing unique effects. The most interesting being you are immune to pretty much every status effect in the game. No anti-dragonfire, no anti-venom. On top of that, I think you have 50% increased defense, so you just become a massive tank with a lot of endgame gear. And like all the other relics, you have your attack speed significantly reduced for all weapon types, and especially effective for those at odd numbers because it rounds down. And then on top of that, you get increased accuracy. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm going to wrap up this episode there. Stay tuned for the next one.